Hey plant gang, Camellia. I just want you to know about Camellia here. There are a lot of different species of Camellia, but here, wow, it is the beginning of February and we've got some pink blooms happening on this Camellia in particular. Now, in the garden, we are typically concerned with Camellia Japonica and the hybrids of Camellia Japonica. Camellia sinensis is what they make tea out of, but a great landscape plant. There are camellias that you can find that are fall blooming camellias, winter blooming camellias, and some that even bloom a little bit later into early spring. And so you need to find the one that really fits your landscape, your hardiness zone, and what you really want to get out of it in the landscape. I prefer to put camellias kind of in the background of a landscape because typically when it gets winter time, they can start blooming and then they really shine even in the background of the landscape. So a great plant, evergreen, broadleaved evergreen that can bloom anytime from fall through winter typically. A lot of different species. You might clue in on these very large buds as part of an ID characteristic. Typically very serrated leaves of various sizes depending on what camellia you're talking about in particular. But a great plant. Come on in, we're going to learn a little bit more on how to identify camellia. So again, camellia, we're learning about all the different species of camellia here. Maybe for the garden, we really clue in a lot of times on Camellia Japonica and hybrids with other species of camellia. Bloom color ranges from white to all shades of pink and red. Some mottled reds and pinks that are quite interesting. The flower size is also quite variable, ranging from 2 inches in diameter up to 5 inches, depending upon the camellia variety that we're talking about. Flowering may start as early as October and finish as late as mid-March. The flowers on each plant will usually last 3 to 4 weeks, and so a real great plant that brings us some seasonal interest in the wintertime. Most camellias do prefer shade to part shade with some protection from drying winter winds. All camellias grow best in well-drained soils that are high in organic matter, and they really do prefer a little bit of a slightly acidic pH, and they are really kind of slow growing in particular when they are younger plants, but they're very long-lived in the landscape. Okay, just a little bit of troubleshooting. Excess sun, cold, or shade can reduce flowering in camellias. Yellow leaves may mean too little acidity in the soil. There might be a little bit of flower bud drop, which is normal, but definitely watch out for that. Sometimes it may be caused by overwatering or underwatering. Really limit the pruning to removal of dead or damaged branches. Here's a landscape tip. There are some camellia plants in Japan that are known to be over 500 years old.